Hey, hello? Hello up there? It's me. It's me. Steve. Your old pal, buddy. Steve. Hanging out down here in the cold, dank recesses of the DFL. Hey, Nico. I see everybody, you're all up there. There's a bunch of you just right there in the middle. So cold down here. Scary. There's all kinds of, there's Jesse and Jared and Justin, Hedgie. Yeah, there y'all are. Devin. Oh, wait a second. Oh man, that hurts my neck looking up that high. I see. There's BG and Alan up there. It's so cold down here. I hate the DFL. Not much to report on from around the league. Very low participation rate this past week in the DFL Prediction Challenge. Hoping to see an increase in that. Everybody can still get in. We got, enough weeks left in the season that we can all get a decent sampling to decide on who was the best predictinator for the season. As it stands, based on his non-participation, Jared gained the top spot and stayed at 70%. Alan did a mere 3-2 rather than his 4-1 he did last week, and so he dropped 2 percentage points to 68%. Jesse also dropped a couple to 50%. Kevin, who did not play, stayed at 50%, which moved him up to a tie for third. I did play and lost. We'll get into all the ways I lost later, but I dropped some ground and got to 44%. Around the league, other than that, I am in full-on desperation mode. Aaron Rodgers is on the trading block, and sorry, I got a sick kid at home with me today, so that's why there's all the coughing in the background. Yeah, we'll just get into last week's game. We'll start with great storied rivalry that did not live up to expectations. BG just did not have a good week, and there's a very simple reason why. The Saints had a bye week. I've been talking all year about if the Saints are not around for him at any given point, BG is going to be in a world of hurt, and as it turns out, that's exactly what happened. Without the Saints, he could only muster 53 points, one less point than Aaron Rodgers scored. So, yeah, if the Saints have a down week, BG is extremely beatable. The only problem is the Saints' offense does not have many down weeks, which is why BG is 5-1. Another, not very interesting game was between Nico and Kevin. Kevin, very quietly, has had a very steady season. He just, he kind of does enough to win just enough games that he's right there in the mix of everything. He's had some really, really bad weeks, but overall, I mean, he's 3-3, so you can't take that away from him, and he puts together enough points to win, roughly half of his games, making him, right where he should be, I guess. There's nothing good to be said for Nico. James Jones gave him 18 points. That's half of his points for the entire week. That's not cool. You alright, buddy? Alright, I'm sorry. Sorry you're not feeling good. Why don't you go get yourself some more water, okay? No, I'm serious. You can come back. Alright. Go get some more water. Alright, well, what almost was the GOT dubs between Justin and Alan turned out to be an extremely tight matchup that went down to the wire. It was down to the Sunday night game, and Justin had a small margin to come back from, but Alan also had Owen Daniels on his team. Justin had Andre Johnson, and as it turned out, Andre Johnson had a better night, but not quite good enough. 1 point shy. He came up, and it was 85-84. Alan was the victor, and very, very quietly, Alan has become a 5-1 team for the second straight year. His team, I don't think anyone would argue this year, is anywhere close to as good as it was last year. But who cares about that? Dude's 5-1. And as our poll indicated, none of us think that's the strongest indicator of team strength. But it is what gets a team into the playoffs. As such, Alan is 5-1. And Hedgie is 3-3. Hedgie also has not scored less than 100 points in a single game, now 6 weeks into the season. Another very tough luck loss for Hedgie. Scores triple digits, and he just runs into a very, very, very potent week by Jared's team. I really like, I don't know what's growing on me. It's kind of just this ragtag group of ne'er-do-wells who are stringing together some good weeks, and I'm proud of Jared for this team. I mean, it seems like every week when I look at his team, there's a bunch of injuries, there's a bunch of just problems left and right, and he's putting up numbers. There were a couple of really down weeks where I thought he was showing his true colors, but I think error me on that one. And Jared, great team you got there, buddy. I'm excited to see. I think you're still going to have down weeks, and I think the fact that you don't have steady quantity at the quarterback position is going to come back and haunt you if nothing kind of stabilizes there. But I'm proud of the team that you've put together. Meanwhile, very good team you got there too, Hedgie. GOT dubs between me and Jesse. It was a very, very good game. I had only 2 players in the double digits, but luckily one of those players who was in double digits scored 54 points. So I ended up with a very serviceable week. I got to 100. But Jesse had his by far best week of the season, and he had just enough points to win. There's really no reason that this game should have been so close. I had way too much skill sitting on my bench. Whenever you have matchup guys, you pick up the wrong ones sometimes, and almost all of my wide receivers are matchup guys, and only one of them was worth a start, but I messed that one up, and it probably cost me my season. That's all there is to it on that one. As such, I kind of there's still hope, but it's not very strong anymore, so my new stated goal of the season is to spoil anybody else's chances. And so I changed my name to Steve's Season Spoilers. We'll see if I can start to make good on that promise this week. We're going to start with a game that I think should be handled fairly easily by BG against me. I have literally half my team on buys. BG gets back the Saints, and I just don't see how he doesn't win this game. He's got a very, very sneaky strong wide receiving core. He's more fond of his running back core than I am of his running back core, but they're nothing to shake a stick at one way or another. So I'm picking BG to roll along like nobody's business in that game. Another great Core 4 matchup this week going down between a couple of different surging teams that found themselves very down in the dumps a couple weeks ago, but turned things around real quick. Jesse with a 66-60 win and then a 113-100 win, doing just enough both times. Devin, meanwhile, I mean, again, also doing enough to win the games that he needs to win because the last 2 weeks, and now they both have chances to put themselves in the driver's seat in just starting to go on that playoff run that I think they both have in mind. In this game, it's just so interesting to look at these two guys' teams. They are another, like I was talking about with Jared, just kind of stringing together, not really sure how they did it, but they do, type wins. I mean, here's Devin. I mean, he's starting Felix Jones and Vic Ballard this game, but I have a feeling, just because I trust Devin, that they're going to probably do pretty well. Jesse's so dissatisfied with Adrian Peterson and Doug Martin. I got news for you, Jesse. I think that's a better running back core than you're giving yourself credit for. And then at wide receiver, Jesse is as solid as can be. I mean, AJ Green, what's more to say there? The only real weakness I see on Jesse's team at this point, is his...
Get some more water.
Yeah, I would say you should. Is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't think that trade saved your season on the quarterback front. I think Matt Stafford, really, fantasy-wise, is in total free fall, and you're going to still want to stabilize that position. As it is, got to make a pick. I like Devin in this game. I made the mistake of doubting Devin last week, and I got burned for it. I will not make that mistake again. I think Devin's just so scrappy. I just see him winning this game, but it's a virtual push in every possible way, in this humble man's opinion. Very interesting game between Justin and Kevin. Couple of teams. Justin's in kind of this weird limbo where he's doing well, but he's losing. Kevin is in this another, he's in his normal weird limbo where he's doing okay and he's winning all the time. I think this is going to be another one of those weeks for Kevin where I don't know really how he comes out with it, but he wins. Justin still has that big play firepower that I've been talking about with his team that caused me to incorrectly pick him to win a couple weeks in a row. But I think Kevin has found an odd little mix of players that are just good enough to be consistent. And as a result, I think I'll pick Kevin to extend Justin's losing streak to 4 games in a row. Hedgie has a golden opportunity here, as long as he updates his starters, to get back over 500, to get off of this little real tough luck losing skid that he just found himself on against Nico. Nico has all of his starters updated, well, I guess except for Rashard Mendenhall, who was just announced out, and Hedgie doesn't, and Hedgie still picked to beat Nico by 30 points. Hedgie should roll in this game, and if he doesn't, I don't know what to say for the kid. GOT dubs this week is between the young guns, Alan and Jared. I love both of these guys. A couple of really interesting teams they have, and I'm kind of excited to see how this game turns out. Alan, I still believe, is smoke and mirrors. I mean, he's 5-1, and Alan, I can't take that away from you, and I'm not trying to. I don't understand it at this point. And I think if you're honest with yourself, you don't really 100% either. I mean, you had those couple of great weeks where Matt Ryan kind of carried you, and then you've had just some really, kind of good fortune type wins, nothing too dominating, just getting it done, and I'm proud of you for that, but I don't think your team is for real just yet. As a result, I am picking Jared to extend his win streak here to 2 and stay well over 100 for the 3rd straight week and cruise to a victory. Yeah, boys, it's been tough. It's been a lot of soul searching for me over the last few weeks. I don't quite get it. It kind of sucks being barely 3rd in the league in scoring and 9th in record, but that's how it is. Stinks for Justin to have lost 3 weeks in a row by a cumulative 12 points. That's how this nasty lady we call fantasy football is to us sometimes, but we love her, and we'll see you again next week. Out.